Greetings and salutations, nerds, geeks, fans of D&D, friends, and mostly family. Welcome to another Ramshackle production. Hey, Broham, thanks for the subscription. A stream that promises if you watch us for an episode, you'll politely chuckle at least once. We're back for episode 9. We are running with a reduced cast this evening. One of our cast members is in Europe, working on his French accent, even though his character isn't have a French accent.
For when he's got to play yours.
For when he has to play yours. Another one of our guys is coming back from Ren Fair, which in true Ramshackle form was in fantastic cosplay for the weekend, and you know, it needs a day to take the makeup off. So that's we're down to. You'll notice though we do have a substitute. We have Rory, emoji with a gun,
Hello.
who's substituting in and going to be playing Bones for us tonight. So we'll make sure that he mutes when he's not talking. Else you're going to be able to hear me through two microphones. We are a group of friends that get together and play Dungeons and Dragons together. Not as often as we'd like, but every Monday, 8:30 Central, we're here. You'll notice that myself, Dan, and Rory are all wearing our merch. So be sure to check out our merch store. We got the Ramshackle Production and the 54th Mech shirts going in there. Pretty cheap, but you know, also cool nerd shirts. We have a new mechanic. If you'll scroll down on the Twitch panels, you'll notice that you can contribute bits, and those bits do have an impact in the game. So check those out, and be sure to if you're interested, throw some bits our way and see what it does to the guys. So where are we? The group of adventurers. Oh, go ahead.
No, I said, oh Jesus.
Oh.
To the new bits mechanic.
So the group of adventurers left Saltmarsh to come back and secure the Honeypot, which is the rebranded name of the haunted house. Hey, thank you, Murderburger, for the subscription. It rebranded the haunted house with the name the Honeypot, coming down into the basement and opening the sealed barred door that said, I think, undead within or skeletons within, something of the sort on the...
Don't dead open inside. Yep.
Damn it, Dan.
And so the party opened the door, and in doing so, 6 skeletons have risen.
Rose did.
That's what bread rosens, doesn't it? Like if you have
6 skeletons drinking rosé stand before you.
Where's brunch?
Watch out, they have white wine and white ice cubes.
Yes, there's definitely a Karen and a Chad within them. Whoever kills Karen gets an extra 10 experience points. Whoever kills Chad gets an extra 10 experience points. So they open the door. There's grimy darkness, and 6 skeletons rise from the corners, and they make their way towards the door. So here we are, engaged in combat. Party, roll initiative. Let's go.
Of course.
Oh no.
Okay, so
I was gonna hold my turn anyway.
for Valkorian.
Rory Bones,
Hang
that's
on.
going to be roll the d20.
I got 16.
16 for Bones. Alright, 20 to 25. 15 to 20.
I had a 17.
Okay, I was like, somebody's got to have. Alright,
15 for Nimbus.
Nimbus, 15. And what did you roll, Mr. Warren?
I got a 2.
Checks out.
Valkorian had a 6.
Valkorian with a 6. Alright, so first turn goes to the skeletons. As the door opens and light creeps in, the skeletons awaken. Oh, you know what? I take that back. We had said last time that I would Warren, because he wanted to do something when he opened the door. Warren, you had said, was it just take a step back? You wanted to open the door?
Yeah, I just wanted to jump back so we'd have him like in like a funnel.
Okay. So we'll see. You are in position then to that, and we'll move forward then. So yeah,
Yep.
First turn then goes to the skeletons, and they begin to creep forward to the light that they've not seen in quite some time. So the first skeleton moves forward 5, 10. And seeing the turtle and the dwarf before him, he's going to strike at the first thing in his line of sight, which is the dwarf. Mr. Dwarf That is an 8 plus 4. That's a 12.
Get that weak shit out of here.
So he comes in, and as he stumbles through the door, he swings with a short sword. You take your shield and just swing it to the side effortlessly, and nothing. Yes, sachet Monet. And the weapon does not make contact. Next up, the second skeleton moves forward to this position. Seeing that he doesn't have line of sight with his short sword, he pulls out a decrepit short bow, pulls back the string, thwink, releases at Warren. 16 plus 4 is a 20.
I'm at AC 20.
Okay, so that is a hit. He rolls his damage, and he does 7 points of damage as the arrow makes contact in your upper left shoulder blade area, and then glances off as it's unable to stay. It doesn't stick. It just kind of digs a furrow into your shoulder.
You said 7?
7 points of damage, yes. Next up, this guy, 5, 10, 15...
Skeletons with initiative.
Yeah, they rolled an 18, so we have 2 more skeletons that have lined up shots. They're going to take rolls at you. First one, I believe that's a natural 1. Is that a natural 1?
Do we get a card?
We don't have... Oh, no, that's... Is that a 1?
I
see nothing.
I see a 5. I see your D6 that you rolled, but I don't see the D20.
Okay, I rolled a d20, and on my screen it shows as a 1. It's not showing up in chat or anything yet, so...
Is it like when a dice lands on the floor and you gotta take it?
No, we're gonna take it. It's interesting that you guys didn't see it, but it's showing up, yeah. It's showing up as a 1 on screen. It might be because Rory's also logged in as Ramshackled. That could be causing some issues. So I'll roll, anyways, it's a 1. So as the decrepit skeleton in the back pulls back his bow, you hear... And the bow snaps in half. As the aged wood can't handle the stress of it, and his bow just sort of, as it snaps in half, sort of falls through his hands. And you've never really seen a skeleton this close, but if the face could have a confused expression, this would be what the skeleton has, as he's just holding a tiny piece of wood in his hand at this point.
I'm gonna shout out at him, "Don't worry, lad, that happens to a lot of people. There's a lady in town that sells a root that fixes that right up."
And the last one also rolls, and I believe
That's a hit.
That's a 16. That also hits, rolling damage.
Fuck.
Another 7 points of damage as the arrow hits into your other shoulder blade, digging a furrow in your armo. I'm sorry, I have to click this link that Lemony B posted with confused skeleton.
It's not real. He just got us.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, so Warren is definitely taking some hits after that. All right, so that is the end of the skeletons combat. Next up, Maris.
All right. Into combat. Can I hit this skeleton
Absolutely.
from where I'm at?
Yes.
All right, so I will attack with my 2 sai. Wielding them in anticipation of these. Oh, natty 1 on the first one.
I do believe, Maris, in looking at your character sheet, you still have an inspiration from last week if you wanted to burn that.
I will indeed. Does that allow me to re-roll them both?
You are allowed to re-roll one of them because it was a dual wielding attack, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Take the 1.
Re-roll the 1.
Yes, I'll take the first roll because I have this macro. So first one was 18.
18. They both make contact. Roll damage, please.
All right, dagger damage. Oof, 5 and... Oops, need another one. 5.
So is that 10 points of damage total?
Yes.
So, Maris comes flipping over the table, lands, pulls out his 2 sais, and with quick action... Wait, are those blunt weapons? I'm sorry, 1 second.
Wait a second.
Stabby, right?
Real life or D&D life?
D&D,
Real life,
they're piercing, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're piercing weapons. So yeah, you and chunks of bone come shredding off the skeleton as your side with its prongs kick into its rib, and you turn and pull back, and it's more just like a spine with a few rib pieces now. This skeleton is looking really, really damaged. Next
takes that minimum damage.
After Maris, anything else? Because you use your action and bonus action for your attacks.
Nope, that's it.
All right, next up after Maris is Bones. That's going to be you, Rory.
All right, so I will do my attacks. Yeah,
Smash him.
yeah, smash them hard. Make their bones rattle. So I'll be using my 2 cutlasses, and that's.
Mm-hmm.
Hold up. 1 second. So that's 7 plus 6. So that's 17 and 13.
Those both make contact.
Okay.
Nice.
So that's 2d6s.
2d6, yep, and you add 4 to each roll.
Yep, so that's 10, 15.
So,
Yeah.
are you hitting the one that was damaged, or the fresh one back here behind the door?
Well, that was the closest one, I guess.
So you're gonna hit the closest one?
Well, I wanted to hit the other one, but like, I don't know how like the rules work, you know. Like, if it's, like,
You didn't declare a target, so I'll let you tell me now which one do you want to hit.
Then I'll hit the one in the back.
The one in the back. So as the one up front is recoiling from the side wounds from Maris, you're able to stick your blades and slice up double slices across this one back here, and with a single slice of your weapons, you take it across his midsection and watch as the bones separate and it crumbles into a pile of dust. This skeleton is dead. All right. Anything else? That was your action and bonus action.
Be it.
That's it.
All right. Next up after Bones is Nimbus.
All right. So Nimbus, standing there with Valkorian, sees the guys shambling through, and he sees his buddy Maris there stabbing away at that one in the lead. Which was the one? Is the one that that Bones just obliterated? The one that had his bow break previously?
No, it's the one in the back that I'm marking right now with that icon.
Oh, the far back one.
The far back one,
Okay.
yes.
Got it. Okay. So Nimbus, I keep on forgetting that I'm not on Roll20. I'm watching the stream.
Are you trying to click on Twitch to do things?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, he won't move. Okay. So Nimbus is going to heroically and with much pizzazz jump onto this bed to give himself an angle over Valkorian there.
Okay,
And,
give me an athletics check since you're jumping on the bed.
Oh, jeez.
It's
Too
a low
much
DC.
pizzazz.
Yeah, I
It's
just
just a little bit too much
gotta make you
pizzazz.
roll because you said jumping. So
All right. So that's going to be this one. 6.
okay, yeah, you jump up. Your balance isn't the best. Like if you were being judged, the Russians would give you a 3. Everyone else would give you a 6.
Okay,
So-
that's fair. Out of 100?
Yes,
That's
exactly.
okay. That's completely fair. And Nimbus, being from the elemental plane of water, has no idea that what he's about to say is terribly, terribly inappropriate, and goes, "All right, let's wet these boners and put them to bed," and sprays Sacred Splash at the frontmost boner there, skeleton guy.
That's
So
real good.
Do a save, right?
The front guy has to do a save. What's the DC?
Let's see. Where's my spells? Sacred Splash. Dex save versus 13.
Yeah,
So he'll take 1d8.
So it's 18 plus 2. It's a 20 save. So
Woof!
as the
Cool.
water,
So he's safe.
yeah, it's actually you had a great line. Your target was lined up, but unfortunately most of his rib cage is missing, and so your blast goes straight through him and hits the pile of bones behind and sort of spreads that dust out. Anything else from you?
That's it.
All right. Next up in the initiative order is Mr. Warren or Valkorian. Sorry, Valkorian's a 6.
Yeah, I'm 2.
We need Dan. You're running Valkorian.
Oh, what in, lads?
All right, what's he gonna do? Valkorion. Oh yeah, he will get to do his sneak attack because he has allies within 5 feet, right?
Yep. The guy
How
is
does this
engaged.
so he's just gonna shoot his bow. Let's get this going. It's short bow, d6 plus 4 to hit. Oh wait, sorry, plus 6 to hit. Okay, so Jesus.
So you don't
22 to hit.
Yeah, that's hit solidly.
Cool. And then his damage. That's what I was supposed to be looking at. That's just d4, d6 plus 4. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. So 7, but then his sneak attack is also, is that a d4?
That's a d6. It's one extra d6.
D6. Beautiful. So it's going to be 7. Oh, 13.
So Valkorion,
Bullseye.
obviously uses his personality and charm as he lets the arrow loose. It hits between the 3rd and 4th lumbar on the skeleton, severing it cleanly. And the skeleton, for a second, his head and upper spine is kind of floating there, and then collapses down to the ground with the rest of his body. As this skeleton is also brought to his demise by Valkorion.
Cool. That's it for him.
All right, next up after Valkorion, Mr. Warren, what action, sir?
So I have a quick question.
Yes.
A hit with a shield would be like an unarmed strike, or would that be an improvised weapon?
It's an improvised weapon.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't think I have any other questions.
Okay.
Okay, wait, if I were to hold my... I can't hold my turn since I'm at the end of the round, right?
Yeah, so if you hold your turn, an action can be held for the duration of a turn from the top of initiative to the bottom of initiative. So
okay,
you can
got it.
hold your action for other things that would occur in that 6-second window, but this 6-second window is about to end and we'll go to the top of the order. So in essence,
Got it.
you holding your action is a waste.
Yep. Then the first thing I'm going to do is take my second wind as a bonus action. Wait. Is Action Surge also a bonus action? It's not, is it? I don't think so. Didn't say it is.
I think they both are.
Yeah, so if you click on the
Yeah.
bonus action tab, Action Surge is one of those things. Oh no,
It's not there.
it's not there.
It's
I'm
under
looking-
features or under limited use?
limited use. Yeah, you can just use that. It doesn't take a bonus action to use it, so you could have 2 actions and a bonus action. You just Action Surge it. Yep.
All right. I'm going to second wind first to heal up, so I mark that off.
Okay, roll your d10 and add 2 as well.
12.
So restore 12 hit points. That's a really good. So Warren takes a deep breath, and you can see the soot and dirt in the ground kind of form around him for a second as he restores himself and prepares to engage in combat again.
And then, given that I'm back up to full health, I'm going to feel a little foolhardy and rush probably right over the bones and attack this first guy in front of me with the axe.
All right. So you guys, you go charging into the dark. Just so you know, light's only spilling out, so probably in like a 45-degree angle to your left, up to the corner. So you can't really see to the northern part of the room very well.
Even
You
with
have-
dark vision?
You have dark vision, so you can see like colors and stuff. But
Yeah.
you don't have like it's still dark in that room. Is the point I'm trying to make?
Yeah. And then, so I'm just going to hit him in front of me. Oh, wait, you want me to roll for that? Duh.
Yes.
Duh. God, Billie Eilish is so good.
Get out.
21.
That's a hit. Yes. Sorry. I was
Oh,
I
good.
hope so.
I was providing VIP status to Yolner for
Ooh.
his continued support of our channel, both him and Lemony B.
6.
6 points of damage on that first skeleton. So you guys see as Warren takes his deep breaths and you can see his energy refilled, and he goes charging into the room, axe raised, and says as a combat battle cry,
Go fuck yourself! I don't know. I'm ready for that. That's all I
No, that
got.
was
he
perfect.
goes charging in, and with a slash, hacks through the first skeleton there, doing a significant amount of damage as the axe makes a clean cut across the upper collarbone, through the rib cage into the hip bone, and you have to twist a little bit at the end to dislodge it from the hip bone.
And then I'm gonna go ahead and take my action surge and attack him one more time.
Okay.
Let me make sure I got this right. Okay, yep.
Oh!
About to be dead.
So it's a natural 20, so it hits with a base of your weapon damage, which is 1d8, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So you hit with 8 automatically. So go ahead and roll another d8 and add your bonus to it, your strength modifier.
2?
Yep, so
1d8 plus 2?
1d8 plus 2 plus 8, so 1d8 plus 10, essentially.
13. I rolled a 1 on the damage.
That's all right, though. So it's a critical strike. So describe for me this second weapon attack.
So the first one goes through, it hits the spine, and then I just, like, lightly tap the one that I hit, the part of the spine that I hit, just to, like, knock it completely out of alignment.
So you guys...
You're gonna have to see a chiropractor for this!
So you guys see Warren. Warren goes charging in the room. Go fuck it yourself! And he swings, and it goes through the spine. It gets caught in the hip bone. He releases it, and then when he pulls his axe back, it looks like he's winding up for another strike. He turns his axe sideways and goes blink, and the skeleton just crumbles down into a pile of bones in front of him.
Perfect.
Anything else?
I'll move away, but I'll take an opportunity attack, right? If I do that.
Yes.
I'm gonna do that.
All right, so you moved in 5-10 to move in, so that's another 10. That's 20. You still got another.
Yep.
Are you good there?
That's as far as I'm going.
All right. So the skeleton that is in front of you is going to take an opportunity attack. 12 plus 4, 16.
I'm walking out of the room like this.
So the skeleton goes to swing his short sword at you, but you shift your shield down and then fling your middle finger up, and during that movement is when he makes that swipe, and it hits nothing but air. So you should go backing out of the room.
I'm done now.
All right,
that was great.
Great turn. Top of the order, the skeletons. Seeing, they're pretty dumb creatures, so they're not really concerned about too much. They go trudging forward. The one with the broken short bow moves forward first. 5, 10, 15, 20. Moves forward. I gotta hide this other one. Sorry. I'm just moving him out of the way.
I'll remember to loot him. Don't worry. It's kind of my thing.
Oh yeah.
So he goes charging forward, and again, straight line of sight, swings at the dwarf in front of him. Six plus 4, 10.
Still walking backwards doing this.
Walking backwards. And his same thing as you're doing this and your hands are going down, he swings and your hand goes down, and then he swings again and your hand goes down as the other one goes up.
Mike Tyson, that bitch.
So that's his turn. The second one moves forward. Move this one back and move this one back. And so so they can engage in the environment as their free action. So they switch to their short bows, and the first one here shoots an arrow at you, and it is a 9. Yeah, so you're doing this now, and the arrow goes whizzing by you, Nimbus, as Warren shifts to the side, and it gets pretty close to hitting you, but not close enough to actually give you any concern. The second one shoots his arrow as well. That's a 16.
Also misses.
So another arrow, Nimbus, as you're kind of like, what the fuck? The other one comes by on the other side. So you've got arrows whizzing past you now, as Warren's just dancing, flipping fingers at the skeletons. That's the end of
to aim at.
That's the end of their turn. Top of our order, Maris.
Let's see. I think I can hit this guy. So
yes.
I'm going to aim for center mass here and try to break some rib cages. Attack. Nice. First one is a 14.
Yep, that hits.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so it looks like they both hit with a 25.
Yes, they both hit.
First damage is 8. Second is 6 for 14.
Yeah, that's enough to take this guy out. Describe for me how you destroy him, please.
So I basically extend both of my sai into his rib cage and split them outwards and just explode him from the inside.
Nice. So you guys see Maris stick his sais in, and then he just pulls them apart. And as he does so, the skeleton, like being drawn and quartered, gets thrown into 4 different pieces. His arms go up in either direction. His legs get shot out to the sides. And you can hear the clatter of bone in the ceiling above as it then crashes down into the ground. Maris, anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Maris, you do notice off of the edge of the wall here, a blue glow seems to emanate from within the room. So what it appears to be is that there's a glow coming from this area up here, and it's sort of reflecting off of the wall here. And that's you notice that in passing as the dust starts to settle from the skeleton in front of you.
Okay.
Next up after Maris is Bones.
All right, so I'm just gonna. Can I move? I'm gonna move up there.
Yeah.
Can I do that? Okay, sweet. Then I'm going to attack. I can do that, right?
You sure can. Yep.
Okay, sweet. I'm gonna.
Oh
attack.
yeah.
Wait, wrong thing. Oh, wait, right thing?
That's the right thing.
Okay.
Oh.
So that's a 14 and a 7.
So the 14 hits, and as you go to strike with your cutlass, all the dust and bones on the ground underneath you cause you to slip, and you drop your second cutlass on the ground as you go to catch your balance before you fall on the ground. So roll damage with one of your cutlasses for me.
Oh.
Just roll 1. That's better. So 10 points of damage. So yeah, you swing so hard and do so much damage that you kind of, as you're going in for your second swing, you kind of overstep yourself, and that's when you have to drop your weapon to kind of catch the edge of the wall and stop yourself from slipping on the ground. So you do need to do something to pick that other second weapon up off the ground. But you hit this guy for 10 points of damage, and you take off one of his arms and hit the lower part of one of his legs. He is really jacked up right now. Anything else
It's
from you?
but a flesh wound.
Anything else from you, Bones?
I'm chill.
You're chill. Bones, you also notice a blue light emanating from the room beyond. And because of the angle that you're at, it's coming from over here, and it's a fairly significant light coming from that area. All right, next up, Nimbus.
All right. Given that he's still got that angle, is it possible to Sacred Splash on that frontmost skeleton without hitting friends?
Of course, yeah. Yeah,
let's do that.
Yep.
So DC 13 save for that frontmost skeleton in the doorway as Nimbus screams over, "These boners have a case of projectile dysfunction. Let us eliminate them."
Okay, I was gonna let the first one go. I have to give an inspiration for the second one. I'm sorry, that's too good to pass up. Unfortunately, but
Tobias Funke of our group.
he rolls a 19 plus 2 is 21 for his save. So he saves.
So they're well lubricated but not damaged.
You have only moistened them.
He made good on his promise to get him wet.
They are dexterous. What can I say?
Anything else from you, Nimbus?
Nimbus will go ahead and not in Twitch. Make his way 5, 10, 15, 20, just to here. Let the lads know. Call out if you need healing, and just kind of position himself with his back against the wall there.
Okay, great. Valkorian.
Valkorian makes a likewise boner joke and lets loose an arrow. What's Valkorian to say? Valkorian.
That's a likewise boner joke.
Classic Valkorian.
There you go. So he's going to do... Yeah. Wow. Impeccable. So he's gonna do D20. God damn it. This is awkward.
My sacred splash brings all the skeletons to the weirdly shaped closet. Damn right, yeah.
That's
They're
exactly
all
right.
gonna die. Damn right.
Summer's
Plus
biggest
6.
hit.
All right, 21 to hit.
Yeah, it hits, connects solidly. Roll damage, please. 1d6.
2d6, right?
Oh, because he is engaged in melee. You're right. Yep, extra d6 of damage.
Whoo! 13 damage on that frontmost one.
Adios, boner.
So Valkorian says, "Adios, Boda," and actually shoots his arrow, and the arrow sticks right where the pelvis is, and it goes thwing and stiffens for a second, and then the skeleton falls back. But when the skeleton falls back and lays on his back, he still has the arrow sticking straight up in the air. And Valkorian says, "Oh, that's right. I'll give him a stiff one."
That was good.
Thanks.
That's what I was hoping for. That was the assist that I was hoping for.
That's the closest to Lee that I can get. Lee, it's hard to emulate Lee correctly.
Somebody text Lee and just ask him for like 6 to 10 boner puns. And
I'm on it. Well, I already did that before this, just for fun.
Just yeah,
Unrelated.
it's
Normal
a Monday
conversation.
night. Yeah.
Asking for a friend.
Warren, your turn in the order, sir.
I don't think. Can I move through like here, like to the side, like flank around that guy?
Show me
Like
again,
this?
please.
So like if I were to go here and then here and then here, that's
yeah,
not possible, right?
yeah, it absolutely is possible. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well then,
However, when you step into the room, you notice off to your left.
I'll be
Hey.
with you in a moment. I gotta do something right now.
You notice off to your left a hunched corpse wearing a pointed hat and dressed in a robe embroidered with mystic symbols, standing in the dark area. Thin whiffs of beard float from its bony jaw. A blue light emanates from around it. It raises a finger, tracing arcane symbols in the air, and in a hoarse voice it speaks, "Secrets found and lost, then found again. Your paltry minds cannot fathom." Your turn.
Title of your sex tape. And now I'm gonna hit the skeleton in front of me.
that was. God damn it.
I don't get the reference. Someone's gonna have to bring me up to speed.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh.
Ah,
No, it's just an
It's
overused
also-
Aaron joke at this point.
It's also Aaron
Brooklyn
being an
Nine-Nine
asshole.
only did it once.
Incorrect.
Aaron's done it
It's
thousands of times.
False.
Oh, really?
False.
Sorry.
Oh wait, I'm attacking. What am I doing?
Oh, you're rolling a
Other-
d20 to strike
being
the
sassy.
skeleton. Yes.
Is a
21.
21.
Yeah, it hits. Yes, roll damage, please.
okay. That is a 1.
Then lost, then found again, exactly.
8.
8. You make clean contact on the side of the skeleton, cleaving through, knocking off its left shoulder blade as its arm still kind of floats mystically in the air, and it sort of turns to you and go and I'm going to call the manager. You found Karen.
Yo, I found Karen.
All right.
That's definitely a Chad behind me. Then
Warren, is that the end of your turn?
that is the end of my turn.
All right. So the blue character off to your left pulls back its hand and whispers some arcane words. Halimatro, lava acido, and throws a blue ball of mystical acid at you.
The subtitles though say, "I'd like to speak to your manager."
Yeah, that's a 2+3.
Oh, is that against my AC?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have a 20 AC.
All right, so that one splashes up against the wall, and you hear a sizzle as
Ooh.
it sort of eats into the stone a little bit. The skeletal figure to the side, off to the pulls up his other hand and says, "Donde está la biblioteca?" and throws another ball of acid in your direction. That's a 10.
Also misses.
So this one splashes off Karen, Karen's shoulder, slightly singeing its side, and the skeleton looks over and says, "I'll call Yelp."
Jesus.
And then the skeleton alchemist floats into the corner, and that's the end of its turn. Top of the order, the skeleton Karen turns to you, slices its short sword across the air. Is that a 6? 10?
Does not hit.
So as
Oh,
it
yeah.
as it clangs off of your armor, Karen says, "Would it got better service at Nordstrom's?"
Oh, what the fuck is a Nordstrom's?
All right. Next up is Maris.
Are these torches on the wall removable?
They are, but they're I don't remember if you guys relit them. Yes, they're removable. Yes,
Okay.
they're just in sconces.
Okay, so what I want to do, given that it's dark enough in here, is come over here, take the torch off the wall, come in here, see the blue floating Karen zombie thing, and toss the torch in her direction, like as an improvised weapon.
Oh, okay. Roll me a dexterity-based attack. So roll me a d20 and add your dex modifier to it.
It's +4.
Treating it kind of like a ranged weapon attack to see if the torch. You're trying to get the torch to hit, right?
Yeah, it's like center mass.
Oh.
Oh no!
All right.
Someone
So-
had an inspiration. Someone give me the bits.
I ain't got it.
Yeah, I will give you my projectile dysfunction advantage.
So as Nimbus, as you see Maris winding back to throw this torch, you see that he's winding back too far and he's going to hit the wall behind him. What do you say to inspire him?
Oh, Jesus. And you're trying to throw it at the wizard back there?
Yes. My youngest brother just sent me a text. These boner jokes are not appropriate for Rory. Uncle Austin's obviously watching Rory.
So Nimbus yells out to Maris. Oh, God, this is terrible. Quit messing around and pick up the pace so you can finish off these boners. That's what he yells at him.
And with that, a rigidity enters your forearm, and you reset your position to rethrow the torch. So roll for me the rethrow of the torch.
Can I make a turgid check?
Literally doubled his score. He doubled his score.
What do you want from me?
To do 1,000% better, not 100% better.
So as you
Wow.
hey, thank you, Lemony. Oh, and that's 100 bits. So that gives you I think that's a D4
Yes.
inspiration that you guys have available to you to use at any time that you would like. Thank you, Lemony B. I don't know that a D4 is going to do it here, but definitely store that.
Oh.
I'll use it when I
1d4
seduce the wizard guy.
So it's a 1d4 like ability score improvement.
Yeah. So
Okay, so
whether
not 1d4 inspiration points.
Yeah, so you
I
guys
see.
can do any roll that you do. If a saving throw, a attack roll, an ability check, a strength, an attack, anything you guys do, you can add it. One person can add 1d4 to it at some point, and then we'll adjudicate it accordingly. So yeah,
Cool.
Maris, you go back to throw and you hit the wall and it kind of throws you off balance and you throw and the torch sails harmlessly and just kind of lands over here in the darkness, thus lighting up the room. So the room is no longer dark. So you got that going for you.
Exactly.
He's
what
a
I was trying
genius.
for.
Where did we find this one? He's so smart.
I'm
Way to
a tactical genius.
Way to play that off. Anything else from you, Maris?
If I can move within this guy's sphere of influence without.
Yes, so you
getting
can
an
move
opportunity
one
attack,
square
so
up.
Move up one, yeah.
Oh, look at those emotes. Those are awesome. That's
They
the
do
first
look
time I'm
good.
seeing those in chat. Those look great.
All right, that's it for me.
Okay, great. All right, Bones, Bontu. Rory, your turn, bud.
I wouldn't say great. I'd say okay, but not okay great.
All right,
You
so
shut up, Dan.
I tried so hard.
so
And
I
got
pick
so far.
You pick up.
Sorry, Rory.
I pick up my no, it's fine. I pick up my sword on the floor.
Yep.
I go ahead and move one close to the skeleton. I whip out my third sword and then I roll. So that's
Yes, and
What you got to say now, Uncle?
I'm
That's,
inspired. Hold on.
21 and
that was
yeah,
awesome.
both of those hit. It's with the as you wiggle your middle section, your cutlasses strike home on the skeleton. Roll for damage. Malevolus, thanks for joining us.
The ghost of Valkorian.
8, 9. 9 plus 8, that's 6, 17.
Nice. Explain for me, if you will, how you dispatch the remaining skeleton here, Rory.
So immediately I take my 2 cutlasses, I shove them through his invisible boobies, and I take my third sword and wave it around across his face while he's on his knees begging. I'm sorry.
So you take your cutlasses and you
I'm tired.
slice, and the skeleton collapses into a pile. And as he's falling into nothingness, you just kind of wiggle in front of, and the skeleton falls over backwards, dead. It's canon now, gentlemen and ladies and folks of the community. Skeletons have invisible boobies.
Only the males.
Only
His
the
invisible boobies.
Hey, thank you, YoungStalin32, for the subscription.
All
We
right.
appreciate it.
Oh, and
snap.
a tier 1.
Malevolus, 5 months subscription. Thank you very much. You can't miss the action when there is invisible boobs.
But young Stalin, you're doing great too.
Yes. Yes. All right.
Check out those sweet graphics.
Yeah.
Those are really good when somebody subscribes.
Bones, anything else from you?
Nothing else, Rory?
Rory? No. Okay. Good. All right. Next up in the order is Nimbus.
All right. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess Nimbus is definitely going to charge in there and help out his pals. Can't really get an angle at where, from where he is now. So, what?
You can move in though, can't you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's
Okay,
what I'm saying.
okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
so
yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He could get right up pretty close to him. Yeah, I'm going to get to right here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yep. Yeah, and he is just going to... Ooh, you know what? Let's do the thing.
I love the thing.
So Nimbus is reaching back into his mind and his studies. He hasn't seen very much actual live combat against undead, but he has studied under the other clerics in Fulgore. So he is going to try and remember back, and he kind of like closes his eyes and makes the somatic, reaches into his pouch, whatever he's got to do, holds up his warhammer, and presents his holy symbol up to this thing, and he'll do his channel divinity and turn undead.
Oh. All right. Turn undead. I gotta bring up your character.
Turn
sheet for that.
undead. Turn undead. Turn undead.
Each undead
So-
that can see or hear you within 30 feet
Yep.
must make a wisdom saving throw DC 13.
13.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
What was it that priest Romero taught you?
And goes, turn undead.
That's right.
Ooh, wisdom saving throw?
That's correct.
9. Natural 9, no modifier.
Oh yeah.
So, if the creature fails a saving throw, it is turned for 1 minute or until it takes any damage. A turn creature must spend its turns trying to move as far away from you as it can, and it can't willingly move to a space within 30 feet of you. It also can't take reaction. For its action, it can only dash or try to escape from an effect that prevents it from moving. If there is nowhere to move, the character can use the dodge action. Okay, wow.
So yeah, Nimbus, says the words and incantations to turn undead, and screams in the face of this ghastly, decrepit, undead creature, and goes, "The Tritons have come here to be champions of this realm, and we have faced giant, multiple-story tall krakens and tentacles, the likes of which you can never imagine, and tiny boners impress us not at all. Screams in his face and makes him cower in the corner.
Nice. Well done. All right. And as you say that, magical energy emanates forth, and what it looks like to you guys standing around is like rippling waves riding through the air, and the energy, when it hits the skeleton, it's sort of like, you know, when a high-pressure water stream hits something and it starts blasting off. You just kind of have this particle effect splashing off of this guy as he's sort of pushed back away from Nimbus.
Sick.
All right, Valkorian's turn. Meanwhile, while he's getting ready for your turn, Malevolus, we need a boner joke, so get one ready and type it in chat.
Let's see, how close can
Everyone at
Valkorian
Malevolus.
get here?
Oh, he's out. I think he's out. No, he's still in.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he can get all the way in there, and then he's going to take a bow shot at... Oh, wait, no. Where are we? Okay, so he's going to come running in here. Valkorian sees the situation and is going to take the dash action and get all the way up to here. And ready an attack and tell the party, like, all right, lads, all at once now. We're going to clobber this slobber knocker, whatever he's going to call him. And he's going to ready his...
I don't play softball.
There
That was his joke.
So the the point is he's going to go up there and ready an attack to coup de grace this guy, but not until everybody's ready to attack him together.
Okay, great. That makes
And
sense.
it's okay if that, you know, end of the initiative order is going to make this wasteful or whatever. He basically is saying, like, all right, let's get in here and let's clobber him. It's clobbering time. It's clobber.
All right, Warren, you're up, sir.
Emanating the speech that I heard, but not knowing what language it was, I'm gonna yell, "El gato es guapo y gordo," and run at him and swing at him with my battle axe.
Y'all motherfuckers need some Duolingo.
So because he's swinging his battle axe, Valkorian has a chance to use his reaction because it was ready.
Yes.
Ooh.
So if you want to attack first, go ahead, Valkorian.
Sure. Let us figure out how that works. Valkorian.
So it'd be he has a rapier and a dagger to be dual
Yeah,
wielding.
it's definitely going to be that +6 and then D8 +4. Okay. D20 plus
Music is hype.
6.
Thank you. Thanks, Sirenscape.
Oh,
shit! All we needed was Malevolus in the chat.
That's right. So let's roll this up too. Okay. Well, of course. But that's still 13 damage on the rapier roll, and you get your 2 attacks as well. So let's end this fucker.
Yeah, so you get an extra D6 because he's engaged in
yes.
melee. So add another D6 to that.
So 17 damage.
So 17 damage as he takes the rapier and pierces through the robes, and as you put it in there, you kind of wiggle it about, and you hear the clattering of bones as you start to break apart the magic holding the skeletal creature together, and you do 17 points of damage.
Yes, that is correct.
Significant amount of damage.
Oh yeah.
As bones and dust fall out of the robes onto the floor below when you hear the clatter of those bones hitting the ground, and it's a significant amount of material from inside. Anything else from well, that was Valkorian's reaction, so
yeah.
Now we got to go into Warren. Warren, take your attack.
Yeah. But where are we at? Here we are. 20 plus 4. 13?
13. It's a hit.
Great. And
yes.
That is for 1d8 plus 4 damage.
4 damage.
Oh, wait. No, 6 damage.
6 damage. Okay. So you swing your axe across, and the two legs that are hovering slightly off of the ground come falling to the ground, clattering more bones and dust as you slice through them. And then the robe, what pieces of robe and cloth are there, sort of float gently to the ground and land on top of the bones. Anything else from you, sir?
No, I don't even have a clever thing to say.
Warren, that's the end of your turn. The skeleton, because he's taken damage, the particle effect of the water hitting him dissipates, and he turns and swipes 2 claw attacks at the Valkorian who had done significant damage to him. That's going to be 2 attacks. First one is a 3 plus 3 is 6.
Suck it.
Second one, 18 plus 3, 21.
Who's he attacking?
He's attacking
Valkorian.
Valkorian.
That is very likely going to hit him. I believe his AC was 18.
I think you are correct. I can click on him.
17.
17, so that's a hit. So he does D6. So he does 4 plus 1. He does 5 points of damage as he rakes his claws across Valkorian's chest, most of which is absorbed by his armor, but some rake through, and you can see tiny blood seeping out from the minor wound he took.
I am actually not able to adjust his hit points. I didn't know that.
No worries, I'll take care of it for you. That was, what was it, 5 points of damage?
5 on Valkorian.
5 on Valkorian, yep. Done and done. Got it. All right, that is his turn. He can't do anything else because you guys have got him pinned in the corner. Next up, we go to the top of the order to Maris.
All right. Well, after successfully lighting up the room like last turn,
Sun Tzu over here. Goddamn.
Exactly as I intended to.
I will move within striking range and try to tear this motherfucker new one.
All right, are you using your size?
Yes. Fuck me.
I don't know.
The dice are trying to kill him.
Tritons
Can
are
I
not
just
very
roll
large. I
real
would
dice?
not try to
Is
use
that
your size
possibility?
advantage.
Well
This is
played.
unreal.
So that's a 6 plus what?
So bad.
What's your attack modifier?
6. Yeah, 6.
Kind of expected Mike to be like, "Fuck you, who cares?"
Mike, you could use that inspiration die to hit with one of them.
Oh no, he so one the 6 plus 6 hits. The other it. No, you couldn't. You couldn't. You don't know. It's a
Yeah,
it's a
no.
1. So you attack with one side, and as you go to swing in with the other one, this one sticks, and in order for you to get your balance, you have to let go of it, and so you have a sai sort of just sitting in his robes, loosely hanging there. As you come in with the other and make contact, roll your damage for your second hit.
Oh no, it is inside him. 8 damage.
Did you just say inside?
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Eight damage, you said?
I am the manager, Karen. Yes, 8 damage.
All right, so as you come in, you take a clean swipe, and his entire robe is cut clean from the top as you slide across him, and most of his bones are clouded to the ground. He's still floating, and it's more just like 2 hands and the top part of a spine and a head with a crooked, jaunty hat on it at this point. Anything else?
No.
All right. Next up, Bones Bontu. What are you doing, young man?
Well, okay. So I'm gonna move up 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna move up there.
Yep.
Get on my shoulders.
I like it.
I'm gonna get on his little shoulders, try not to crush him.
Okay.
You do whatever you want. You do whatever you want, lad.
Nice.
And I'm gonna try to swing at Karen.
Okay, so before you make that swing, I need you to make an athletics check to see if you're able to climb onto his shoulders during combat.
I'm very short. I'm very short.
But how
that's
about
an 8.
also a strength check from Warren to help him up there?
It's really not going to matter. He rolled a 2, so
Doesn't matter.
That's
what
an 8.
doesn't matter.
Rule of cool.
Warren, you're right. Warren, roll the strength check, and we'll see. We'll adjudicate this. If this comes out as a certain, the highest number on the dice, this might change the course of events here.
Everybody pray for 20.
It didn't come through.
I rolled a 1.
Oh shit!
It didn't show up, but
It
I
didn't
believe
show
you.
up. That's
I rolled a
great.
1.
All right, so here's what happens. As you hear Bantu running up behind you, and you're like, "Get on my back!" and you duck down. And as you duck down and he jumps on, he sort of mistimes his jump and he slides onto his ass on your back, and you stand up straight and you fucking shove him into the ceiling. you come up too hard, misjudge it, and he goes flying into the air, bounces off the ceiling, and then falls down on the ground, prone behind you here. So Bones, you fall on the ground prone. You don't take any damage from the fall because it's not more than 10 feet. But you have expended your turn as you're laying on the ground behind Warren.
So sorry. I thought that would work.
Damn doors.
Fucking doors.
Yeah, Bones would absolutely say something like that. Yeah, fucking dwarf or some shit like that. All right. But that's the end of Bones' turn, unfortunately. Nimbus, you're up.
Let's have this thing do a DC 13 Dexterity saving throw or get sprayed in the face.
All right.
For the first time you said that tonight.
Hey-o.
I cast money shot.
Wow. That's right.
That was real good, Mike. That was real good. Unfortunately, it's 18 plus 2 is a 20.
As always.
So he moves to the side, and the splash hits the wall behind him.
Yep.
Anything else?
That's it for Nimbus.
All right. Next up after Nimbus is Valkorian.
Rapier attack. It's got to happen. It's got to work.
Wait.
So we're doing. No.
No. I was just replaying what you said, but slower. Go ahead, please.
He's gonna make an attack, but this one's gonna be rapier.
Yes.
Rapier, not rapiest.
Yes.
Roll
Roll
the previous.
Roll a d20 and
I think
see if you hit.
he's got to save that consent check.
There it is.
That's a 16 plus 6, 22.
Yep.
Yeah, that hits cleanly. Roll damage. Oh man.
11 damage.
Explain for me, if you will, how you finish off this.
Yeah, Valkorian drives the rapier down his throat, all the way down into his throat, and then breaks his head off sideways.
Cling! And it falls apart, and as the remains of the skeletal alchemist fall into the ground. What? No, player connected. Sirenscape crashed. You hear the last of the bones collapse in, and silence as the skeletal bones have stopped clacking around, and the glowing blue light fades slowly, and you all stand in the well-lit room, thanks to
You're
Maris.
welcome.
Party, what are your actions?
Loot the room.
Loot the
Not
room.
the skeletons, the room.
Yeah.
Well, the room includes the skeletons.
Is there
Beat
anything
this
that's
room
not
boss.
skeletons in the room?
There's cobwebs and such, but I need whoever's doing the loot the room, roll me a
I see
d20
eliminate.
investigation check.
Investigate.
I got a +2 to that.
14.
14.
That's not bad.
So as you're parsing through the bones and the cobwebs, and you're spending a few minutes doing so, you notice that each of the skeletons that has dropped to the ground, within their skeletal remains, you find one of the bones in each skeleton looks slightly different than the rest, and you determine as you pick it up and you look at it, the skeletons, each bone is gold. One of the rib bones in each of the skeletons is crafted of gold, or appears to be crafted of gold.
Is it the same bone on all of them?
It's a different rib bone in each one.
What's it connected to?
Yes.
Can I get a pay respects to Warren in chat, and F for Warren, as this will be his last session with us.
I got 3. The people love me. So other than the dead gold, half gold, partially gold skeletons, or something else in this room?
No. So as Maris makes his way over to the remains of the glowing blue skeleton, he finds a couple of other items. On the hip of the skeleton, he finds a satchel that well crafted, made of leather satchel, and on the outside of the satchel there's stitching in the shape of a face, and it's got sort of some trim in blue with red triangles on it. It appears to be a pretty well made leather satchel. You also find in the pile of bones and dust a flat gray and black river stone that's inscribed with unknown arcane symbols, and as you pick it up, it's cool to the touch. It doesn't appear to have any warmth to it. It's just like a cool river temperature on its entire surface.
That's the river stone. Is that cold?
Yes, the stone is cold. Yep. Yes, it's a merce. You have found a merce.
A magical purse. Got it.
Unknown arcane symbols equals Spanish. Is that canon now?
Yeah. Arcane symbols.
Yeah. Yes. Going
There's
forward.
one tilde, and it makes all of us very confused.
Do we know it's a river stone? Do we have that knowledge?
Yeah, you're quite familiar with, it's smooth like a rock that's been eroded by water would be. It's just smooth and cool to the touch. It's flat, gray and black. Yep.
Okay.
It's definitely not like a jagged piece of granite or something like that. It's something is smooth to the touch.
Do the rest of us see him finding these things or no?
Are you trying to be skullduggerous in your attempts, Maris?
Absolutely not. Oh wait, no, him. Never mind.
No, I'll show them because the blue light's pretty obvious. So I'll just hold it up and I found the river stone.
Oh, look at this blue light. It looks very special.
What are your
Light's special.
hips doing while you investigate the smooth stone and the blue light in the dark?
They're remaining smooth, but I suppose.
All right, just checking.
So the six rib bones that you find that are dipped in gold, they're each worth 5 gold pieces. So as opposed to tracking you have 30 gold to split amongst the party. One of the things that we've encountered is the tracking of that. So someone claim right now that you're adding 30 gold to your character sheet.
I can now, I guess,
Okay.
since I'm picking it up.
Maris is adding 30 gold to his character sheet for those.
You're now the treasurer
for
for
those-
forever. I want
for
you to
those
know that.
ribs.
No.
And then
Forever.
for the time being, Maris, you can just add to your inventory, river stone and then man purse, and then we can adjudicate what those are if you spend time. So the way to identify magic items, you can cast Identify on them, or during a short rest, you can study them and assess what their magical properties are, and figure out what they do. 1 item per short rest, so you can split it up amongst people to do that if you'd like.
I'll hand the river stone to my Triton companion. Perhaps you could divine some insights from this river stone.
Nimbus will take it and go, of course, my friend. We should retire and rest ourselves and recover our magical abilities, and I will study this and see what I can learn.
One thing that I should probably mention, that to the right, the torch lights up another chamber through a doorway that...
Door?
Kick it. I kick the door.
An open doorway. There's no door there. There's
I
no
close
door.
it and then kick it down. Just kidding.
Build the door, then kick it down.
Put that thing back up, nail it to the wall again, kick it in.
Put that
How
thing
much
back where it
XP
came from, so help me.
Put that door back where it framed from, or so help me.
Monsters Inc. I know that's trademarked or whatever, but we like the movie, so we're making up.
Disney or great, don't sue us.
It's fine.
So through the secret door, because it's a piece of the stone wall, it opens up inward. You see a clutter of broken glass and earthenware piled on the floor beyond. 3 small copper pots lie amid the debris.
I got distracted by the Frozen lyrics that were posted in the chat. Sorry. Copper pots.
Copper pots.
I love Frozen.
Chamber pots? What are they?
The door is right here. Right there?
The door is right there. Yes.
Cool. Well, the passageway. Who saw that? Anybody see it first?
You all kind of see it. I mean, as you're searching the room and stuff, you kind of realize, like, wait, there's an open portal here to the right. Bones, did you want to do anything, seeing an open doorway there? Any interest?
Check it out.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna check it out. But after I noticed all cum stains on the floor. I slowly move up and check it out.
There's spider webs. There's spider webs and detritus. It's nuts.
I'm gonna look up to God and be like, God, I don't know what kind of spider webs you have up there in heaven. Looks like an awful lot like come to me.
Is detritus Spanish for jizz?
Make an arcane check.
Give yourself an inspiration point, Maris, because that's amazing. Yes, it is now canon that detritus is arcane symbolism for yes. Okay, so as Bones makes his way to the area here and looks into the room beyond, you see the following. A bench runs down the western wall of what seems to be a laboratory. On the bench are jars of powders and liquids and several pieces of chemical apparatus. There is a table against the south wall forming an L shape with the bench. A book is open on the table. Also on the table is a candlestick with a tiny lump of unlit candle still in it, and a variety of other items that even in the dim light shine with the warmth of pure gold. One of these objects looks like a human skull.
Cool. So we
this
found
looks like-
something to do with the transmutation stuff that was going on.
It seems so. Does anyone have any alchemical background? Might be able to identify some of this.
I mean, I've almost assuredly smelted metal together, but
You probably dealt it.
nothing, nothing alchemical, I wouldn't think. Who had the book for that? There was a book for that, right?
Didn't Valkorian have a pile of papers from elsewhere in this building that
It was on the
alluded
second
to
story.
transmutation stuff?
It was one of the books. Within that book, you found the scrap of paper that said something along the lines of "Undead Beyond" or something of the sort. But in that book, it was one of the books that Maris was looking at. It talked about being able to it was the components needed to for alchemical transmutation, and one of the things it talked about was transmutating other materials into gold.
Did it? So in that book, did he? Well, I don't remember if he shared it with us. Did he share that with us?
I believe so.
Okay.
I'm fairly certain.
We'll say that he
remember.
did. Yes.
Yeah.
What were the items involved in that, and are they the ones on the table?
That book didn't actually have the recipes. What it talked about was that there was talk of books and alchemical studies that talked about how you could transmute items from other things to gold.
Got it. I'll walk in and look around and say, "There's nothing to drink in here. I'll be back outside if you need anything." And then immediately walk back out here.
Okay.
Nimbus will go and poke around and go look at the book that's on the table. Let me move him around. What's going on here?
Is there any gold in this room if we walk in?
Yeah.
There's
So
gold.
you see again on the table beyond the table down here as Nimbus gets close. You see a number of objects that appear to be made of pure gold. There is a human skull. There is an apple. There is a rose, excuse me, and then there's a set of small discs that sit on this table as well. They're balance counterweights for balancing that are sitting there. Make me an investigation check, Nimbus, if you're investigating the table.
I'm not, because that's One-Eyed Willie's share, and you're not supposed to mess with that. Just kidding. I'll make the investigation.
There's a lot awful one-eyed willies out here.
Well, there was the copper pots as well. So
That's right.
yeah.
The copper pot.
Okay.
So 13 is that?
Investigation?
Yeah.
That correct. 13.
13. Cool. So you see a couple of things as you look closer. There is a stack of gold coins on the edge of the table here. They're displayed graphically. You can see them. There's 47 coins, gold coins there as you're looking at the table. You see a book that lies open on the table, and as you flip it on the other side to look at it, it has a title on the book written in sort of a calligraphy
Spanish
style. Yes, and it says "The Secret of the Philosopher's Stone." In the calligraphy on the
Harry Potter.
and there's no author acknowledged. And it's written in common. You're not spending a lot of time filtering through the book right now. You're just kind of, it's written in common. Cool. Here's the title. You see as you're sort of moving around the table, there's a drawer that isn't like really well hidden. It's just sort of like an embedded drawer, so it's a little further set back from the top of the table. And as you pull it back, there's a book, and it's quite a thick book actually. Do you take it out of the?
Oh yeah, definitely.
As you take it out and you look at it and you're sort of thumbing through the contents, make me an Arcana check, please.
Ooh. Am I any good at that? +2. It's not bad.
Not terrible.
13 again.
Yeah, you recognize this as a spell book. And you're flipping through it, and it's written in common. There's a number of arcane symbols that you don't understand, and instructions in sort of an arcane language that aren't clear to you. But there are 5 spells within this spell book that you recognize, and there you see dancing lights, comprehend languages, tensors, floating disc, and shatter are written in this spell book. And I'll send this all to you later.
Okay, I don't have to.
No,
okay,
don't worry about that now.
Cool.
So you find that spell book, and then you see the open book on the table, and then the 4 items, and then the stack of gold coins.
Cool.
With that investigation,
let's loot all that.
With that investigation roll too, the chemical apparatus that's on the western edge of the wall, it's still in pretty good shape. I mean, clearly, you can tell from the cobwebs and the age of sort of the paper and whatnot in this room that this has been sealed off for quite some time. But the chemical apparatus still seems in pretty good condition.
What is it exactly?
So it's like beakers and tubes and various chambers for distilling liquids. And things like that. It's a number of glass jars. It's quite a cumbersome set of items. You don't think that you could probably put them in a pack without spending some time wrapping them or whatever.
So I'll relay to the group the lads over here. I found a spell book with spells prepared in it, and a book on the Philosopher's Stone and transmutation, and the apparatus here seem too delicate to move. We should not disturb them for now, but I would recommend that we purge this place of all of the undead remains and the disgusting garbage that is in the other room, and take any valuables and things that we wish to study with us. But do not disturb the delicate science projects that were being done in here. We don't understand their power.
And the gold.
Yeah, so
All of the gold.
Dan, if you want to, there's the 47 gold coins, and then the golden objects. And again, just to put a value associated with them, it's 55 gold worth of objects. So just add 47 plus 55. What is that? 102.
Okay.
I stop him and hand them all to Maris because Maris is our new treasurer.
Yeah, go for it. I already added the 47. If you want to add the 55,
yeah,
then you have the gold objects.
All right.
Yes, and as you're handing off the gold, you see tucked up underneath the table a bucket of a silver pail, and it says in arcane language across the side of it, "Dos hermanos." And as you look closer, it's a bunch of
lads. Forget about the alcohol. What is that?
chicken bones in a bucket.
Somebody could beat me to it.
All right, so you guys have collected all that. The book too. If someone wants to add the book, the Ye Secret of Ye Philosopher's Stone book.
I got it. I already got that.
Cool.
The fuck's
I got
a book?
that and the spell book.
I have like 11 books already. So.
Yeah, I have a
You
fair
got
amount of books too.
Library in your pack.
Librarian/accountant.
Cool. All right, party. What are your actions at this point?
Well, I believe we still have the attic to clear of those flying horrors, but does anyone need a rest before we might poke our heads up?
I'm falling asleep in the middle of telling you this, but I could use a rest.
Mm-hmm. Concur.
All right, so you guys, are you
What?
planning on taking a short rest or a long rest, and where are you planning to do so?
I'd be fine with a short rest, and wherever I can snuggle up against the turtle. Oh, don't do this.
There's room for two in the shell.
Okay, push all these.
That's canon, Devin. Suck it.
Well
Wow.
done. Always room for two in the shell. That just happened.
Timestamp.
Yeah. Clip it. So you guys just gonna take a short rest here? Is that the plan?
I think so.
Okay. Is anyone studying those items during the
Yes.
short rest? Okay.
The river stone that Maris gave me, gave to Nimbus. Nimbus is going to study.
Okay. And
I'd be
then
interested in looking at the leather pouch.
the man purse. Okay.
Yeah, seeing if anybody knows what the merce is, or if I can
Magic
recognize the merce.
Yeah.
We don't know it's magic. It's just a merce, maybe.
But that's what the M is for.
Okay. So
Oh,
let's have everyone roll or the short rest button on their character sheets. So everyone can take a short rest.
You have to do it for Valkorian.
Yep, I will do it for Valkorian.
oh wait, that's the builder. Fuck.
Sure. What?
What does hit dice do? I'm doing that.
You can spend them during a short rest to recover HP.
I'm doing that.
Yeah,
So
Valkorian
you
is
spend
also...
that number of them and then roll that many of them and add
Oh,
that HP
I'm just
back.
doing one of those then.
You recover those on a long rest.
Got
Exactly. Yeah.
it. 1d10 plus 3.
All right, so everyone's taking a short rest. During that short rest period, ooh, nice. That's
I only needed 2, so I don't even know why I rolled for it. But
yeah, because I guess a 1 plus
Yeah.
the 1 would
Just
have
to show off.
done it.
look at my roll. Sorry.
All right, so what you determined of the items that you're holding, we'll start with Nimbus. Nimbus, this is a this stone. If you're holding it, first you have to attune. It requires attunement. You know, you need to spend a long rest with it to attune it to yourself. But after doing so, while you're holding it, you feel that you would have it would be advantageous to hold this in your hand before trying to perform a check.
Interesting. Okay.
Yep. And the practical application of that is that you would get advantage on an ability check of your choice once per long rest.
Okay.
Okay. And then Warren, with the bag that you spend some time with, and you're experimenting with it and poking about, and you realize that this bag actually has an interdimensional pocket within inside of it. and
God damn it.
it's a bag of holding.
God damn it.
I'm gonna walk over to Maris and be like, "As an accountant, I believe you're in charge of this," and hand it. Wait. Did I have the names wrong? I had the names wrong, didn't I? No, I didn't.
No, you're
Maris,
fine.
yeah.
Walk over to Maris and be like, "As an accountant, I believe you're in charge of this," and like hand it to him.
And Nimbus is gonna come over and go, "Oh, I've heard of these things before. Check this out. I know a cool trick." And he turns it inside out and it disappears.
No!
It cannot hold itself.
I can't believe you've done this.
And divides by 0 and unmakes reality.
Turning it inside out just empties its contents onto the ground. There's nothing inside of it, so it has no practical impact on it. So that that's not what I meant to do. Sorry, I'm trying to fix. I just noticed that I've been cutting off the top of Dan's head for the last.
No, I think I've been
moving.
Honestly,
adjusting
same.
here and there.
Same.
Yeah, so you have Maris add a bag of holding to your inventory, and then Nimbus add a luck stone to your inventory.
Cool. Oh wait, Maris, did you want this back? It's a stone of luck.
It seems my fortune has not been that good lately, so perhaps I could use it.
I was not trying to imply anything, but yes, please, this belongs with you.
I'm going to be confused when I have that interaction and say, "I don't understand. He did the perfect thing there. He threw the light in there and we could see what was going on."
Yeah, that goes to you.
He seems like the smartest man alive.
All right, great.
Right.
So you guys spend about an hour resting. What are your actions now, folks?
Do you lads want to try to eliminate the pests that are in the attic that you encountered recently?
I believe there's the last thing in this house, so I think that would be smart. But do we have any ideas on how to engage these beasts?
I think fire is pretty effective if we wanted to burn it down.
I would not recommend that we burn down the house that has been granted to us that
You're right.
would
It's just-
be able to use as a base of operation should we want to. And you guys even went so far as to name it the honey pot, and it would be kind of stupid to throw it away.
That's true. But, sorry, ceilings kind of look like doors sometimes. I get a little confused.
I would be amenable to removing a piece of the roof and letting them all fly out into the sunlight and getting them out of the building instead of going in there in the dark and fighting them manually. You should treat it like a pest problem. That could be an option.
So two things. Make a general intelligence check for me, Nimbus, and then Maris. Because you have all the flora and fauna knowledge of the two of you. Make me a history check.
Okay.
History. Ooh, yeah, 23.
Yeah. So you know.
22.
All right, I'll do Nimbus first. So Nimbus, there were plenty of holes in the roof of the house. That there was plenty of damage. Light was coming through from the rafters from water damage and wind damage. So if they were going to vacate the premises, it's fair to say they probably already would have. And then you recall that when Valkorian had poked his head up, he saw nests, Sturgis nests, in the attic itself. So it appears to be that that's where they're occupying. Maris, as Nimbus is sort of talking this stuff out loud, you recall from your readings that these Sturges aren't very powerful creatures, but they do have they drain the blood of their victims, and then once they latch onto a victim, they continue to leach blood out of that victim until they're removed.
Awesome. Okay, so
Metal.
so
okay.
you provide us that info, right?
Yes. I'm sorry, Maris.
Okay, so
Clean their vampire bats, basically.
So stupid. All right, so Nimbus goes, "Okay, I have a plan. Stay with me on this. We can go to town, and we can buy an animal that is freshly slaughtered, and inject it with plenty of poison, or something poisonous to the Sturges. Throw it up there, give them the feast that they so desire, and let them all kill themselves on it.
Sounds like a waste of meat, but as long as I get to eat it afterwards, I'm alright.
I would not recommend that you eat it afterwards. We can get you a normal meal, you sick fuck.
I'll agree that we play it by ear.
We'll buy 2 carcasses.
one for war and one for the plan.
Now there's a smart man, you see? He's a genius!
I could have sworn that I said literally the same thing. I just proposed that you don't eat a big poisoned carcass, you strange man.
I don't understand.
We could also smoke some out. I have the ability to...
You want to make friends with them?
Does weed exist in this world?
Roll a d6. On 4 to 6, you're aware of herbs that people imbibe. You are aware that there are herbs that people imbibe to relax themselves.
Roll 2d20, and then if you roll exactly a
No.
4 and a 20, then you can smoke out with the Sturges.
Damn it! I was gonna say roll 4d20.
Well, back in guild school, I used to smoke with some, different folk, and we could smoke them out too. If the carcass thing doesn't work, but I'm on board for the carcass thing as long as we buy 2.
All right, so let me understand. Somebody's rolling d20. So
I
let me
had to try.
understand what the plan is. You guys want to head back into Salt Marsh, get a carcass, fill it with poison, and then whoa!
So we also need poison.
I'm not saying that that's what we should do. It was an idea that Nimbus proposed to the
I
group.
love that idea. I'm not against it. Do you know? Wait, so Dan, Nimbus, you told us that they suck blood, but do you know if they
Maris
suck it from dead creatures? I thought that was you. Was that Maris?
Maris related it, and then Nimbus said, okay, given that, maybe we could get them to, trick them into drinking the blood of something that's poisonous to them.
Is it only from dead creatures, though? Because, mosquitoes are a thing, and they only eat me because I'm so sweet.
Billy, does Maris know if they would drink from a fresh carcass?
Maris, you rolled what did you roll? A
22.
A 22, 23. Yeah, you know that they tend to attack living creatures, but you're not sure what the effect would be if you threw up a freshly slaughtered carcass covered in blood. What that would do. You don't know if they would attack that or not. You don't have that level of knowledge, but you do know that like mosquitoes and bats, they tend to attack living victims, not decaying creatures.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is there something nearby we can hunt?
So the region that you're in. Let me pull up. Let me just show you guys the region that you're in.
I think Warren has an idea. Given that reaction.
Well, because I was like, what if we get a weasel and we just throw it up there? Like when it's
there's
poison.
weasels right outside.
What if we get one of those fucking weasels that keeps fucking attacking me, and we put poison in its vein and then throw that bitch up there and lock the door, and then I'll break the door down later.
So you guys are here at this ruins, and it's right along the cliff of the water, but there are hills and a lightly wooded area just beyond to the north. So there are probably creatures in that area for sure.
Well, we know there's weasels very nearby.
You
as well.
know there are
some
weasels
on the
nearby.
premises.
Would I know, given that I've been in the area for a while, would I know an easy place to find a small-ish rodent or creature that I could handle in chunk?
Roll a nature check, a d20 nature check for me.
Never thought I was gonna have to do that.
I would not expect that from a blacksmith either.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
But the good news is I rolled an 18.
Yeah, so you're not a hunter, but you know that there are weasels, skunks, small vermin that thrive in this area, because the small vermin thrive in this area, so do the predators that come after them. And so while you're not a hunter, you are aware that outside it's not unheard of for a couple of dwarves to break off from the mines and bring home some elk, deer, sometimes some more predatory game. You've had wolf steak before. in the mines.
Love
You've had
lipstick.
some Bloodhawk wings, which are it's the dwarven equivalent of buffalo wings, a little spicy with some a milk-based cream sauce that you dip them in.
Bloodhawk Wild Wings. I love their wings.
Oh,
We're
it's-
taking sponsorship, Buffalo Wild Wings. Call me.
Yes, I would love a refill. Thank you.
Ooh.
Oh, I need kids to give me booze.
It's the longest con.
It's a lot of investment for your minor laziness.
So Warren, you have that information.
So- Here's what I think we do, lads. The carcass, it sounds like, might not work. But what if we got one of those motherfuckers that kept biting my shins outside? Or something like it. There's all sorts of things. Inject that some bitch with poison that's, like, kind of hurtful, but not really. Toss it up there, close the door, move on with our lives.
Was there anything in the basement in that alchemical closet that we might be able to feed to the dwarves? Or sorry, to the weasels?
The dwarves?
Yeah.
Roll.
Fuck are we doing?
Roll me an investigation check. Roll a d20 for investigation check.
That's great.
It's just a
Is there any way we might poison this dwarf?
This is a hostile work environment. Where is HR? I need to talk to our HR group. Feeling attacked personally.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
But too bad there's not. You know that there's
No,
not.
that's honestly. You were going to be told that it's been so long that anything is dried up and it's obviously been damaged. But you rolled a natural.
Title of my sex
You rolled a
tape.
natural
Find
20.
some weasel Valium.
Yeah. So what you find is there is in one of the vials in the chemical apparatus, you see what appears to be some sort of viscous liquid, and as you take it off of the chemical apparatus and you sort of take one of the droppers and you take a drop and you drop it on the desk, it begins to melt through the desk, and you assume that perhaps this could be used as some sort of acid-like chemical to put in the carcass.
Awesome. Well, I'll hand that to Warren and wish him the best of luck finding the weasel.
I wish you weren't the first person in my life to wish me luck with that.
So, if if you wanted to, you could strap small vials of this all over whatever animal you catch and hope that the sturges bite into those if it needs to be a live animal.
Instead, just puncture a vial. That's glass.
I mean, they're beaks. They're tiny, sharp little beaks that are able to.
They have beaks.
They're gross.
Yeah, let me.
They're gross little
I'm gonna
things.
Google image search this real
You
quick.
could also straight up wrap it in a wineskin.
Sturgis
You could put
2020.
like wineskins on the outside of it filled with poison.
Here, I'll bring.
I love that idea.
I'll bring the.
This is a biker rally. This is 100% a biker rally.
What?
Sturgis. I don't know.
Oh. That's pretty good.
Sturgis bug.
So this is
They're
Oh.
so gross.
this is
Oh.
what they look
Racers?
like.
They're
I'm showing
disgusting.
it on Twitch right now, guys.
Ooh.
So that's what a sturge looks like.
Okay.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
straight up nightmare bats. They're
Yeah, we can get
disgusting.
wineskins. I think wineskins is the play here. I think wineskins is the play here. How many wineskins do we have on us? I like my wineskin though.
We have a lot of water skins and wine skins. We have plenty.
Mhm.
All right, so I think we go into town. We water down the poison. We put some of that poison in the wineskins. While y'all are doing that, we can go catch a creature of some kind. Maybe Bones could go do that, and then we just toss them up there.
Strap 2 on the side of it and then
Hell
let
yeah.
it loose in there. And then we just have to kill the one thing or eject it later.
Chuck-a-ho. Exactly.
We'll just get cats to deal with the bats and then get dogs to deal with the cats and then get some tigers to deal with the dogs.
I know a great tiger. I know a great bear lady. We met her earlier. I'm still thinking about riding that bear. That sounds awesome.
So roll a d20 for me, Nimbus. Just we'll call it I don't know, just a general intelligence check.
Okay. Am I adding anything to it?
Your intelligence modifier.
Intelligence modifier.
I don't
So
know.
plus
4?
2.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And also, Bones, roll me a d20 and add a history a check to it. So if you look at your skills, you should have history.
Yeah, it's a 6. That's bad.
Okay. No, that doesn't really, nothing really rings a bell there. But Bones, with your...
Yep.
Anything ringing for you, Bones? That's you, Rory. Did you roll a d20? What'd you end up with? Oh, there it is.
That's over my screen. So 16.
Yeah. So you you don't have the best experience with with working with poisons and stuff, but you do recall Valkorian sharing with you some tales around some stuff that he's done. And so you think that you could probably fumble your way through using the chemical apparatus to water down that poison to make it spread it out a little bit, get a little bit more.
I'm just a turtle. Like
I'm just a turtle.
A turtle who's about to poison a bitch.
All right, so what are you guys doing? What's the plan here?
I guess I'll lead the crew outside unless anybody objects or stops me, and good luck. I guess we'll go out into the forest near the house on the edge of the woods and try to find any creature we can, like rats, people. I don't give a shit.
Okay.
I like it.
Not
people. not a people.
So
if you can help it.
I need two things. I need a survival check from. Hey, I didn't catch what that was. Lemony
we may
B,
need that.
500 bits. Wait a second.
Whoa.
That does something.
I can't believe
else.
you've done this. Ah, fuck. God damn it. We were just gonna go get a weasel and then
Random encounter.
so we gotta kill a white dragon.
I found a were-weasel.
I need somebody to roll a D1. Actually, why don't Rory roll a D100 for us?
Oh, this is terrible.
Respectfully, fuck you.
95.
We just got lemonade really hard, and I don't want to snick it.
TPK. TPK.
Oh wow. Okay. So as you're walking into the hills, I have this number. Warren, roll me a survival check. So as you're walking into the hills, into the forest, you see about 25 yards or so to your right. Okay, I've got that. Yeah. You see about a half dozen. Oh, what happened there?
What? A half dozen what?
Oh, Malevolence cheered 502. Okay, so we gotta. You see a half dozen. They look like peasants, and they've got shovels and buckets, and they see you guys off to the left, and they kind of all take a defensive posture, and one of them says, "Oh, what you doing? We're heading to the cave over here. There's bat guano, and it sells for a really high price in town. Please don't accost us. We just want the bat guano."
Wait, were these humans, you said?
Yeah, so it's about a half dozen peasants, and they've got their clothes are dirty. Clearly, this isn't the first trip to the guano cave today, and they've got shovels and buckets, and they're heading towards their bats.
What the hell? So we came upon a half dozen peasants that are like presumably illegally stealing bat guano, or just like harvesting from like a random cave full of bats, like buckets of guano.
Are you talking to them? Are you asking them these questions?
I think. Are you asking the DM or are you asking?
I'm asking the DM first and foremost, like what our context of what's happening is.
You see a half dozen peasants covered in bat shit with shovels and buckets, and they see a group wearing armor and armed about 20 yards from them, and they're sort of, they're holding their shovels and buckets in a frightened posture because they don't know you, and he said, we just want to get the bat guano. You're not gonna hurt us. We can sell it in town. There's a mage that really likes the bat shit. Would you like some?
Can I tell if they're being like honest with us?
Yeah,
like,
make an insight check.
So Nimbus goes, "What is the name of this mage?" And he takes out a pamphlet and like dabs his pen on his tongue and gets ready to take notes.
His name
What are all of your names? Where do you come from? What is the name of this mage? Does he have a license for owning the amount of guano that you've been harvesting? Where did you get those buckets? What is your name? I asked you where you came from.
maybe let him answer one question at a time.
So my name is Tad.
Hi, Tad.
Tad.
This is my brother, Thad.
Hi, Dad.
Tad.
That's my father, Dad.
Hi, Dad. Fuck. God damn it.
And he goes through the other 3 people named, and he says, "Oh, the mage in town. His name is Keladek the Unspoken. He's with the Order. So he's clearly licensed to magify. He pays a premium for bat shit.
What does he use the bat shit for?
I'm not a mage. I don't know. But he pays a good price and he wants loads of it.
Was there any of them named Chad?
Oh yeah. This is my son Chad, right here.
I just make eye contact with him. I'm not saying anything. I'm just looking at him menacingly.
Oh my god.
Can we get our shit now?
We're in the Anarchos.
Anarchos commune. So Nimbus goes, "We are with the local magistrate of guano and agricultural acquisitions, and you do not have a permit to be on these grounds. I have no doubt that the mage that you mentioned is batshit crazy and just cannot wait to get his hands on this batshit. But that matters not as far as what the law dictates in this realm. And
he's guano from you too.
Of Saltmarsh. All of you could be fined. You could serve jail time. You could become indentured servants. This is a very serious offense."
So make a deception check for me. Roll a d20 and add your deception modifier. Oh, we have another encounter. I know. Yes.
It's a 4, and he goes, hypothetically speaking, of course.
Let's make an opposed check here. Because he has a really low intelligence score, so that's a -3.
Yes, tie.
Because you sound really smart when you talk, I think maybe you're telling the truth. Who do I go to get a license? Kaladic said nothing about a shit license. I will gladly get a shit license, because we make good money off this shit. You have that. Can I trade you shit for a license?
How much is he paying you to do this work?
Well, I mean, I get 4 copper a bucket, and there's 6 of us, and so he gives me 6 copper for 6 buckets, and he says it's 4 copper a bucket. If I bring him 6 buckets, we get 6 copper. It checks out.
Well,
That's
perhaps
bullshit.
someone can help you with the licensing there, but we might be able to use your help as well. And then I look back at Maris, be like, eh?
I'm in fact a notary, so I could provision you a license.
You sound real smart too.
He's the smartest. He threw a torch into a dark room earlier. He's a genius.
You know, our cave is really dark. You think you can help with that too?
He's the best at throwing torches. He'll throw one in there like you've never seen.
So
that brings the gift of enlightenment.
Oh,
good. Nimbus goes, "Oh, you seem like a bunch of good lads. Give us just a moment and we'll figure out what sort of paperwork that you need and we'll have you squared away." And then he goes, "Just a moment. We need to consult our notes and make sure everything is in order, and we'll get you guys back on the road and you can get back to helping out and doing the work that you need to do. Just a moment, please." And then we're going to have a quick little huddle.
We'll be right here with our buckets.
Yeah.
Don't move.
Yeah, so we're huddling here. Everybody take the huddle stance, and then it looks.
Mike, huddle. Rory, huddle. We're huddling.
Huddle stance.
Rory, we're huddling. Nope, you're too far from the camera.
Okay,
There
You
you
got
go.
a T-pose. T-pose.
I think they probably do not have much in the way of coin, but perhaps they have some information we could use.
These men are being paid such a small amount of coin that we could hire them to do, it sounds like damn near anything if they're willing to scoop shit for coppers.
I figured you guys was going to make me clean the house anyway, so perhaps they'll do it, and then you won't make me do it.
This could be a unique opportunity for us to leverage the hard labor of 6 respectfully simpletons that can do whatever manual tasks we need, especially in preparing for the 2 weeks away boat encounter that we have to presumably come up with a plan to overthrow.
Excuse me,
we could use these men.
magistrate of licensing shit. Daylight is burning. And as you may know, when the night comes, the bats wake. We need to get scooped to shit while they're sleeping. Could we hurry this along somehow, maybe?
So, how often do you come and do you scoop the shit for this mage?
Well, it's one day. We come on one day. We come on Thunder Day. We come on Fire Day. We take off Souls Day and Saints Day. Then we come again on Moon Day. We come again on, well, what's that? Nope. Yep, and then back again on one day.
So you do it all week and you take the weekend off, is this correct?
Yes, it pays real good.
Okay. So Nimbus goes, all right, here you are, lads. You have a license to continue to do this. We will be back, and if you would like to make more coin, I will double your wages and hire you for similar tasks in the future.
Wait,
My
you're
name is-
gonna license us for free?
And there's only a little shit involved. There's some shit involved. And it won't be bad shit, which is great.
Well, Dad, you hear this? He gonna give us a license for free. Son, I never issued to me. Wow. There is good in government.
And so Nimbus writes
There's
on
good in government.
a piece of paper and tears it off and hands it to him. And when he picks it up, it says Reddit Silver on it. It's like the saddest piece of paper
did
ever.
it.
So when
And
he
on
grabs
the other side is Dick Butt.
Nice. So when he grabs it, he leaves a guano stained. His fingers are guano stained, and he grabs it, and it's on the corner. Yeah, this looks official to me.
That's exactly right.
Like it. All right. Well, again, my name is Stat. So we will find you where for this work you speak of.
Why don't you tell us where you are?
Tad, Thad, and Dad, and Chad,
Yeah.
we will come to find you here at this
Chad.
at this cave, and we will come and seek out your help soon.
Well, that is fucking amazing. I want to thank you again, Sir Shit Magistrate. And he does a really poor bow. And then the little boy Chad does like a curtsy. Look, boy, I've told you that is for the women folk. What
Fucking
is
Chad!
wrong with you?
Well, don't you? Look, it's 2019 in the year of whatever it actually is.
You're
If the boy
right.
wants to curtsy, let him curtsy.
No, you're right. I should be more tolerant of
But also, fuck Chad.
Well, he is not the smartest bright bulb in the box. Book Street, whatever. So we're gonna go now. I appreciate you. Thank you, Ship Magistrate, and we will meet you at our cave at some point in the future for more work.
You lads have a shitty day. Have a good
Oh.
shits day.
Oh, I like that. And they scurry off, and that's one of the nicest men in government I ever seen. He is. I like government now. I am a believer in socialism. Thank you very much.
Call me Elizabeth Warren.
Oh God. So hopefully we can go back and hire these guys.
Yeah,
yeah.
and what I love about that is that was totally driven by a bit donation. Thank you very much for that bit donation, Lemony B. And that's completely a random encounter running into these bat guano harvesters. So that is how we interact with our community. That's amazing. And as you guys they walk off and you continue to follow Warren's like, I'm on the scent of something. You know, he's all Elmer Fudd about it with that very poor survival roll. I need someone else to roll me a D100, please.
Uh-oh. Who's got it? Rory, you doing it?
Yeah, Rory.
All right, sure.
45.
Coat 45 and 2 zigzag. Baby, that's all we need.
So you're zigging as you're following on this meandering path, and you guys are like you're starting to think, man, I think Warren's taking us in circles. And at one point, you come back out onto the road, and you recognize it as a stretch of road that is on the west side of the haunted house, back towards Saltmarsh. And as you're coming out of the trees, and you're coming up just a short little rise, so you can't really see the road as you come up. Think of in the Lord of the Rings, where they all hide down by the base of the tree, right? Sort of off the road. It's about the little 5-foot depression there. So as you come up off the depression and you look down the road back towards the haunted house, about the next 100 feet of the road are covered with newly grown grass, like just sprung up from the earth grass. And the road you're on is a well-worn path, and then it's about 100 foot of grass, and then well-worn path again.
Is there any mushrooms there?
Make an investigation check.
That's weird.
Oh, what is my investigation? 2. Please be mushrooms. No! Fuck! I rolled a 1. I don't know if you can see that or not.
All right, so Malevolus, because if you're still in the chat, because you paid for this this random encounter, give us a message in chat how we adjudicate this -1 as Brohirrim.
That's a 3.
It's a natural 1. As the natural 1, as he goes to look for mushrooms in the grass. But so you guys make your way over to the grass, and yeah, it's fresh grass, like just sprung up. And as you watch closely, it's growing, but like you're seeing it shiver like ever so slowly, and there's not really a breeze to speak of. Malevolus, what we were looking for is for you to adjudicate the natural 1 from Warren as he tried to search the 100 foot of newly grown grass for mushrooms. And so this newly grown grass, it's not damaged. It has a bit of dew on it even. What do you guys do?
Smoke that grass. Wait, is this like the grass that I had in guild school?
Well, we'll wait to see. He finds a tree. Oh, so as you are searching through the grass, you find what appears to be a delicious porcini, and without thinking, because it's been a long morning so far and you haven't had much to eat, you pick it up and you take a bite of it, and as you bite it and you're chewing on it, the rest of you hear this scream, and then all of a sudden you notice springing up in the grass, there's all these little mushroom heads, and they just start running away as fast as they can from you guys, dispersing into the forest on the left and right side of the road.
How does it taste before I finish?
It tastes like regret and murder.
I love one of those things, and murder's just okay.
Typical Saturday morning.
Well, then I'll take it out of my mouth and yell, "No, wait! Everyone stop! You're so delicious!"
And as you pull it out, you see it's like a little, it's humanoid. It's like a living mushroom, and it has what was a face, but the other, it's dead now, as you ate through a little mushroom person.
Wait, are there any more in reach?
You could. They're scattering away. You could try to grab one.
They're so small. They're probably not very fast.
Yeah,
I'm gonna dive with all of my body weight at the nearest one.
Okay,
just to, grab it if I can.
Make an athletics check for me. Is anyone else doing anything while you're seeing this going on?
Yeah, my Nimbus is standing with his jaw completely unhinged and open and can't believe what he's saying.
Down to his chest.
Shit.
So as you try to dive to grab one, and you do like a baseball slide where you slide past the base, and you're unable to grab it as it scurries off into the woods. All right.
I'm gonna finish eating it unless somebody else does something.
No one does anything, and you continue chewing on the little mushroom.
Nimbus is just staring.
I'm gonna cry a little bit and be like, I'm gonna cry a little bit as Aiden and be like, just like father.
What?
Backstory there, Dan. Deal with it.
All right. So do you guys continue your hunt through the woods to try to find an animal?
Yeah, could we square away securing an animal?
I don't know. Can we? I'm just walking along, leading you guys along. One of y'all better stop me, else we're gonna walk in circles all day long.
Dude,
Go ahead, Rory. What?
he's just trying to get some protein, man. Like, honestly. Like, some
I'm trying to get those gains.
So would anyone else want to make a survival check to try to hunt
Sure.
For something? Okay.
Let's try to find something nearby here.
And someone
What
can
I'm
help.
doing? I don't understand.
If someone helps, you could roll that at assistance, and you do have a D4 still inspiration dice to leverage.
I have a +3 survival, and yeah, let's wait
Take
until
it.
we see it,
No,
and
take
then
it.
maybe use
Take
it.
it now. Do it now.
No, let's roll first. It's a 20.
That's a
Do it
20.
now.
Yeah.
Do
So
it now.
We don't need a 23.
as you're tracking back through the woods, you see a group of the mushroom people scurrying ahead of you, and they're not moving very fast. So your slow walking pace is about their fast pace. And as they round a tree, suddenly a large badger comes bursting out of the bushes and starts running to your left. So in front of you, from right to left, from the tree to your right. What do you do?
It's a badger.
Yeah, so not a giant badger, but a large-sized badger. Probably about the size of Whiskey Cat.
20-pound badger.
A 20-pound badger. Yeah.
That's a big boy.
That's a big lad.
A little
Trying to
chunky lad.
see if we had any way of not killing this guy but capturing him.
I mean, you can just try to make a grapple check.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Or throw
tackle him.
food.
Okay, roll the d20 and add your strength modifier as you try to grapple it.
Okay, strength is not that great, but it's not terrible. So +2. Yeah, it's an 18.
Yep. And
We could add that D4.
It's contested, so you can hold off. You can either do that now before I roll, or you can wait till. Yeah, you can use it now before I roll, or you'll have to stick with a 16.
Let's use it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Add a D4.
19.
19. Okay, so we'll roll the contested strength check. I got an 8.
All right.
Yeah. So you grab the badger, and it's squirreling around and stuff. But you've captured a badger.
Cool. So I'll call over and go, okay, lads, we have the animal that we need. Let's go back to the house, strap some wineskins full of poison on this bad boy, and get him up to the Sturgis attic and see what we can do.
So if you don't do something with the badger, like tie him up or put him in a sack or something, every minute or so, we're gonna have to roll a contested strength check to see if he gets away.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Put him in the bag of holding. Put him in the bag of holding.
Nope.
No.
I'm gonna
I'll
call
help
over
him
the. We've learned. Sorry, Aaron. We already know where this road leads.
Put him in the bag of holding.
No, it's a terrible idea.
We're gonna
so
manage this one.
I'm gonna call everybody over and ask for help to rope him up.
What
Okay.
if we each hold one of his legs on the way there?
Sure, whatever.
So
whatever.
Valkorian says,
Oh, I've become Badgertron.
Yeah, Valkorian hasn't said anything in a while. He goes, "There's more than one way to restrain a badger," and like fucking shows us like a specific knot. He goes, "This is the one that I also show the boys back in college." And like fucking. Like,
so roll
ties up
a sleight of hand at advantage because he does know the badger, the more than one way to restrain a badger knot.
Oh, I know how to roll a mean badger knot. He knows exactly the one. 16
Yeah, you're able to secure the badger, no problem. So
with a patented badger knot.
with a patented badger knot. Yep.
Perfect.
Cannon.
Call us Badger Knot people. We'll
Yeah.
take
So
those sponsorships too.
you've got the badger tied up now. Are you guys heading back to the house? What are you doing now?
I think we go back to the house, strap poisoned water skins onto his sides, and then toss him up there without ropes into the attic.
Do we know if the
by the way,
sturges are nocturnal or if they feed during the day?
they feed. They're 20. They're
They're
they,
always hungry.
always hungry.
Okay.
Yep. So that knot, by the way, is called the cross badger hitch. Thank you, Lemony B, for naming that knot.
Perfect.
I'll write that down.
Cool. So you guys, you make your way back to the house, the haunted house, or the honeypot, excuse me, with little issue. And as you make it back, through all the time that it's taken with downstairs searching the room and stuff, it's about 3 p.m. When you started out, and it's getting real close with the rest of everything. It's about the moons are up at this point by the time you make your way back to the haunted house, and it's evening time. And so
I believe you mean the honeypot.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
sorry, the honeypot.
Not the haunted house. I'm fucking with you.
So as we bring our evening to a close, let's revisit what transpired.
What the hell just happened?
Let's review what transpired this evening. So we had the party started out the night by clearing out the undead area underneath the cellars that they had previously been unable to enter because the room was barred closed. They quickly dispatched the skeletons within, including Karen, the skeleton, who's just Karen's the worst. Then they were accosted by a skeletal creature that was glowing blue, and they're able to dispatch him too. On his possession, they found a river rock that turns out to be a stone of good luck, good fortune, as well as a bag of holding. The party then decides that they're going to go into the woods to see if they can't. They found a bunch of loot, treasure, and a book and whatnot in the laboratory that was in a hidden door beyond the skeletal chamber. They decide they're going to head to the woods and look to see if they can't find a creature of some sort to use as a honeypot, laced with poison, and try to feed the sturges in the ceilings and kill them. In the course of that, they encounter Thad, Tad, Dad, Chad, and two unnamed individuals who we didn't get to, who are guano harvesters for Keladek the Unspoken in Saltmarsh, a member of the Order, and they are promised future work by Nimbus, who will meet them at the guano cave at some point in the future to give them work, and they were quite happy with the guano license that they received. Good deception rolls there. On their way back, they encounter this strange patch of grass with these mushroom people that Warren ate. And they're able to find a badger.
I ate one, not people. Person.
You tried.
I was gonna talk to him first.
And they're back at the honeypot in the evening time. It's about 9 o'clock in the evening of the 3rd of Wine Day, of Pale Sun, 3rd of Pale Sun on Wine Day, and that is where we're going to close our session. I want to thank we had some new follows, we had some new subs tonight. Really appreciate that. Want to thank the fantastic interaction with chat. Want to thank Malevis. I believe it's the middle of the night in Europe right now, and we appreciate, even though you're not here to play with us. Want to appreciate young Rory for playing Bones the Turtle. Want to appreciate my wife who's being creepy with the door opening behind Rory, and the cast. Dan's words, it was an absurd session, but it was a great mix of fun role-playing, good interactions with the environment, great community interaction. This is what our channel is about, guys. So thank you so much for tuning in, and it's 4 a.m. Where Malevolus is at, and he's still bringing the dick jokes. So cool. Thank you so much, guys. And that is Ramshackle Production. Out. We'll see you all next Monday, 8:30. Really appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Lemony B / God damn it.
/ goddamn.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.